Unless this one contrives to be a draw. Saunders with the Las Vegas odds makers comes into this one as the overwhelming favourite. And that's possibly because Caceres, whilst he is unbeaten, doesn't really boast any noticeable names on his record, has never boxed outside of his native country as well, and has yet to officially box at super middleweight. He did have his previous fight, not the last one but the one before that, he actually weighed in at 168 and he got a stoppage over Carmelito de Jesus in 7, but then was back down to middleweight in his last fight in September when he outpointed Germán Peralta over 10 for the WBA Fedebol middleweight title. Not a particularly good performance that, because Peralta had lost 3 of his previous 4 and he rather waded through that. Likes to try and work behind a jab, Alex Arthur, but when he throws power punches, they tend to be wide, and he does leave himself open to counters. Yeah,
well, he's made a very, very good start, Billy Joe Saunders. He came out and claimed the centre of the ring straight away, got on that brilliant jab from the start, which is the key to opening up the opponents.
Raking that jab through there. Interesting to see the footwork here, see if Caceres can get his lead foot on the outside of Saunders' lead foot. You will see the feet tangle up sometimes when orthodox and southpaw clash. And the referee has to stay alert to make sure that he doesn't start counting when it's a trip. Saunders, as you say, certainly very aggressive here, looking to just get this man unsettled.
Yeah,
right
straight away. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing here, Nick. He's laying the grounds, and he's doing the early work, setting the tone for the rest of this fight.
It's quite a step-up fight for Billy Joe Saunders. He won his world title last time out against the German Şefkat Isufi at the soccer stadium of Stevenage in England, a 4th-tier team, and here he is boxing at the Staples Center in LA. One is very glamorous, one less so. Let's see if he can feel as at home in LA as he did in Stevenage a few months ago. He certainly looks sharp, confident, and a level above here.
Yeah, he has. He looked very good in that first round. Very comfortable, very relaxed. Great corner working. Very explanatory from Dominic Ingle.
Dominic Ingle has happy memories of this city. This is where Kell Brook won his welterweight world title against Sean Porter. Nice sharp right-hand counter there from Caceres. Yeah, those lead feet really are close together. They've both been treading on each other's toes already.
Well, Caceres has made a better start here in the second round. Nicky's a little bit more attentive, seems to be a little bit sharper.
Wouldn't be at all surprised if they said in his corner, why are you scared of him?
Yes.
Go out there and take the fight to him.
Yeah.
That's a nice body shot from Caceres.
Yeah, looks a little bit better this round, doesn't he?
Well, he's certainly prepared to stand and trade, and there's one thing that jumps out when you look at him on film, previous fights, he loves to come forward. Took a low one there, and Saunders immediately acknowledged it, and Caceres, to his credit, doesn't make a huge fuss about it either. But it's not his natural game to be backing up. He'll want to try and go and press forward, but that lovely relaxed languid style of Billy Joe Saunders, look at that. The arrogance of those gloves held low. There is a school of thought that says you can't jab from down there. The counter argument to that is you can jab from down there as long as it's razor sharp and fast,
that's just
because the opponent doesn't see it coming.
Counter punched, beaten to the jab a little bit there. Caceres, Billy Joe Saunders has a super sharp jab.
Yeah, a lot of feinting coming from Saunders as per usual. It's a big part of his game is always to just spoil it. Not spoil, but frustrate. And he's playing that game here already. He's looking to try and make Caceres miss, trying to make him think, oh, what do I have to do here? It's better. The straight right is always a good shot against the southpaw.
Caceres getting a few light, sharp shots off himself. Nothing that can, in my opinion, affect Billy Joe Saunders. There's no weight behind the shots, but they are more irritating.
And they're scoring punches too.
Crispin, they're scoring punches, yeah. Cannot forget that.
Both digging into the body here.
Yeah.
So we get down to the last few seconds of this second round. Better for Caceres. Not sure whether he's done enough to win it or not, but it was certainly an improvement. I don't think there's any problems of self-confidence with either of the two defending champions tonight. Both Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney absolutely full of self-belief. Round 3 then. Saunders in the striped trunks from Great Britain, making the first defence of his WBO super middleweight title. He's looking to a big 2020. You won't be at all surprised to hear, Alex, that he's been calling out Canelo. That's the one he wants.
Yeah, you would not be surprised at all. Billy Joe Saunders definitely deserving of one of the bigger names. And wouldn't we love to see him tested against these guys?
Nice sharp left hand there from Saunders. Well, there could be a unification fight to be made against Callum Smith, assuming he comes through his defence against John Ryder in a couple of weeks' time. They are both promoted by Matchroom Boxing. Whether that would be good business for either is another matter, but that could be a route to take. But certainly it's Canelo that he's thinking of, and now that's Caceres with a nice little flurry there, and he's got Saunders backed up here.
Saunders choosing to hold his feet and stay on the ropes to Nick. It's this is a choice. It's not that he's been manoeuvred into that position. Mixing up his jab pretty well. Saunders there between head and body, keeping Caceres guessing.
Made a bit of a meal of that, Caceres.
Yeah, Saunders wants to read all these little signs.
Oh, took the right hand there. That was a
good
nice
right hand counter. Yeah, it was a lovely counter punch.
Yeah. Now Saunders took it well, but that was a very, very solid, sharp punch that he got in over the top of the guard there, Caceres. Slight worry for him was that he timed that perfectly, and it made no impression on Saunders at all.
At all.
You always wonder what goes through the mind of a fighter. I don't know if this ever happened to you, Alex, that you land a really good shot. You know you've landed it flush and perfect, timed it perfectly, and it just bounces off the other guy.
Oh, soul destroying. Good left hand from Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, leading with that backhand there very effectively, Saunders. But Caceres still looking to grow into this after that very, very slow opener.
Stop the bell, gentlemen. Campana.
Still the perception here that Saunders is very much in charge.
Yeah, very much in charge.
But that was still a super right hand from Caceres. Best punch of the fight for me.
Lovely and sharp and crisp.
Round 4 then, Billy Joe Saunders making the first defence of his WBO super middleweight title against the slow starting Marcelo Caceres of Argentina here, but Caceres hasn't been unduly troubled. Now, there's a glove touch there, but no knockdown. That was just a slip. Got the jab going there. You heard Billy Joe Saunders trainer Dominic Ingle say you've got to get that jab going. Rather got away from it in that last round.
Yeah. A little bit busy with the jab. Billy Joe. He'll double it as well. He was very good with the jab in the second round. He mixed it up very, very well. Caceres answering every counter punch that Billy Joe Saunders throws back. When he returns Caceres' punches, he counter punches almost straight away. It's tactically quite clever. He's not being massively effective, but The thought process is good.
It's keeping him in every round.
It's keeping him there, yeah.
Again, here is Billy Joe Saunders up against the ropes, and he said in the last round he was there by choice. He certainly doesn't look uncomfortable there, and now he manages to move away, turn the tables, but keeps throwing punches here, Costares.
Yeah.
Got to keep that high work rate. That's another low one that's gone in there from Saunders. Whoa, now then. Oh, Billy Joe Saunders has to just be careful here. That's a couple of times he's gone low, and then he definitely, he definitely was told to wait.
I'm going to take an evaluation.
Now then.
¿Estás bien? Okay? ¿Estás bien? No, hey, no portas bad, okay? Hey, come here. Come here. Act right. When I say stop, you stop, okay? All the way back. 10 in!
Ray Corona laying down the law there. Billy Joe Saunders needed to hear that. Might be on thin ice now, the champion.
Yeah.
With a couple of low blows. Another one. And he could see a point taken off here.
These aren't heavy or hard shots from Cazares, but they're certainly scoring shots. And he's letting his hands go a little bit more than what he was before now. Maybe growing in confidence a little bit, Nick. Doubling up with the right hand.
Well, Billy Joe Saunders at championship level, and that goes for domestic championship level as well, has not been known as a big knockout artist. Most of his wins at this level tend to be
Beautiful jab.
yeah, working behind a nice jab, settling into a rhythm, and just being too clever and too cute. I mean, he did get a stoppage just under a year ago against Charles Adamu. And Charles, who's been a real good warrior over the years, was 41 at the time.
Yeah, getting on a little bit.
Yeah, maybe Costares is thinking, you know what? I felt this guy's power and it's not bothering me.
Yeah, it seems that way right now.
Later in the corner there,
Yeah,
for Marcelo Costares. Because if we're relying on Alex Arthur to translate, we'll be here all night. Don't ask me. Round 5 then of this 12-rounder. Billy Joe Saunders probably having the better of things without completely imposing his will on Marcelo Costares.
both corners calling for a little bit more from their charges, Nick. Dominic Kingle hoping Billy Joe Saunders ups the tempo a little bit. Cazares' corner are asking for the same. Don't give him any respect, they said.
Got that right hand, that straight right hand through there, Costares. That is the shot that is always favoured against the Southpaws. Didn't land that one, though. But there's been a criticism of Billy Joe Saunders as a championship level fighter, and I'd be interested to gauge your opinion on this, that he doesn't have that extra gear, that once he has got the measure of his opponent, he's happy just to sit behind that southpaw stance and just take round after round after round without ever really going through the gears and just throwing a bit of stardust out there.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that, Nick. Yeah, I think it's the big difference. It's the deciding difference. And I also don't, I mean, I don't know how much trouble Billy Joe Saunders had making the middleweight limit, but he doesn't look like a super middleweight to me. He's way fleshier at super middle than what he was at middleweight. He doesn't look lean or cut like what he did when he was a middleweight fighter as well. I wonder if he's just got to that age where he just doesn't want to get his body that light anymore.
This is better work from Saunders.
Yeah, he's looking good here. He's got control with that jab, and it's opening up.
Still open to those straight right-hand counters.
Different avenues for him to come with other punches. When Billy Joe Saunders' jab tends to work, like I'm sure you'll agree with this, he gets real confident and he can virtually do anything he wants once his jab starts landing.
He has started upping the tempo a little bit here in this 5th round. But you're already wondering here, and we're not even at the halfway point, do either of these two guys have the power to seriously trouble the other guy?
Well, it's not looking like it right now.
Well, Caceres certainly doesn't look physically big enough. Doesn't seem
No,
to
he
carry,
doesn't. No,
carry the kind of power.
he does look like a middleweight at most.
And Saunders, it's even hard to say Billy Joe Saunders takes a good shot because he rarely gets tagged clean.
Yeah, very, very rarely. He's excellent at just getting out of the way at the last second. About the closest thing to it, I think.
And I'm not sure even that caught fire the way this one has.
Amazing stuff. Dominic Ingles told Billy Joe Saunders in the corner that Caceres is growing in confidence and he wants him to take that away from him.
And he's right. Dominic Ingles always reads a fight really well.
Yeah.
I mean, the job he did with Kell Brook when he beat Sean Porter in LA to win that world title was exemplary. He was absolutely on the money there with Brook. Got him over the line. And he's not saying anything wrong here to Billy Joe Saunders.
Well, it was great advice, Nick. Let's see if Billy Joe Saunders can take away Caceres' confidence that he's built up over the last couple of rounds.
But Billy Joe, through the course of his career, has shown that he's happy just shading rounds. And he gets caught with those right-hand counters.
Yeah, that's a sharp right-hand counter, yeah.
He's had a few of them.
Yeah, there's no power in the shot.
That's the problem, isn't it?
But it's definitely a scoring shot.
And the counter-argument, you know, we talked, and you agreed with me, that Billy Joe maybe lacks a little bit of flash, and I don't think there's any argument about that. The counter-argument which Billy Joe Saunders would offer up is the most important thing is you get the W, and he's very good at getting those.
Yeah.
Why would you change anything if you've been as effective as Billy Joe Saunders has over the years? There's Caceres still continuing to land those straight right hands.
Yeah, right through the middle, yeah. He's very good at that.
Oh, lead counter there. Mixed it up.
To the body, yeah. Yeah, well, he's proven tough and durable with some nice skill sets. He's not a bad counter puncher at all, Nick. He's a good long counter puncher. He's fairly quick. He's busy enough. He's having some success in this round.
I'll tell you what he doesn't look. Out of his depth.
No, he doesn't.
And one or two people were saying,
all. No.
This guy is coming in from Argentina. He's never boxed anybody, never boxed at super middleweight. He doesn't really belong. Well, somebody tell him that.
Yeah. He's not listening at all. He's doing some very, very good stuff here.
I think this has been a sharp round for him. He's been far busier than Saunders.
Yeah. He's stealing this round. There's no doubt about that.
He's not even stealing it. Saunders has let him have it. Billy Joe's barely thrown a punch in this round. And when he has, he's looked for those counters. Caceres. He's clearly grown in confidence. I mean, Dominic Ingle recognised that. It's there for everyone to see now. It's a really good round for the Argentinian. Saunders does the old Ali shot. So we go into the second half
the tone has definitely grown
of
more
this
serious there
12-rounder.
Saunders' corner, but the key message here throughout these rounds is to back him off with the jab. That's really been the consistent message.
Would you agree there with Dominic Ingle, who said this guy's getting really tired now? I'm not seeing any evidence of tiredness.
No, I think he's just trying to. Convince Billy Joe Saunders to maybe step it up a little bit.
Which would be the right advice, considering that Saunders really just took that last round off.
Yeah, he basically did, yeah. Totally took the round off and lost the round quite clearly on points.
Again, nice job of making his opponent miss there, Saunders, but he's certainly growing in confidence. He's getting busier the longer this fight goes, Caceres. Saunders seems to be reluctant to throw at the moment. We didn't see him throw many in the last round, and he's rather telegraphed that.
Yeah. Read quite well. Caceres out.
They're going to work behind the double jab there, but
tried to finish up with the left cross.
He's finding Caceres pretty difficult to pin down here. He is on the front foot, but he does keep catching these counters.
Get off that shoulder. Don't do that shoulder. Work out of there. Red mano. Red mano. Stop. Take a step back. Both of you all the way back.
Nice body work. Caceres, a nice combination finished off with the right hand.
To the body. Caceres again. That's a good body shot back from Billy Joe Saunders.
He's landed one, though, to the four that he took. It was a solid connection to the body, but he's allowing the Argentinian to get off first here, and obviously not everything is landing because Saunders is so strong defensively, but the impression is that Caceres is outworking Saunders in this round, and he is.
Yeah, again, seems to be the case that his punch volume is a little bit higher than Billy Joe Saunders. Will the judges be recognising this, or will they see that control and dominance from Billy Joe Saunders taking the centre of the ring mainly, working off that good jab?
La campana of the bell, gentlemen.
It's good work again.
Happy to let the punches and the combinations flow.
Yeah.
Caceres, who does not look tired to me.
No, he sure doesn't.
Round 8 then, Billy Joe Saunders really needs to come in and just catch the eye a little bit, having let the last couple of rounds quite possibly slip away. As Alex Arthur said, it depends on the reading of the judges, and judges, as we always know, always seem to favour the guy that's pushing forward and is looking to make the fight, but I'm just not sure that Saunders is throwing enough punches at the moment.
Stop. Take a step back.
Well, he's had a couple of quiet rounds, Nick. The last few rounds have been pretty quiet. It's not been his usual sharp, snappy self. It looks a bit brighter here in the 8th.
Work, guys, work.
Catching another one of those right hands there.
Yeah. Never once been visibly stunned by any of those shots.
No.
Not once. But they are effective scoring shots.
Watch your heads, guys. Stop. Take a step backwards, boss.
Well, he's not lighting up the Staples Centre right now, Billy Joe Saunders.
Come on, work out of there.
I had a feeling that he was really going to turn it on tonight.
Well, that's what he said. He recognised
I
that he
really
had
did
to do
feel
it.
that he was going to put on a great performance. And he's boxing well. He takes that good right-hand counter again.
Those those straight right hands down Main Street have just been there all night long for Marcelo Caceres.
Well, it's a fantastic counter punch. He waits on Billy Joe Saunders leading. As soon as he leads, he shoots that right hand right down the middle. He scored with it over and over again.
That's a nice combination
Put your hands out, Billy.
from Saunders, the left hand
All the way back, all the way back.
landing. And then immediately Caceres comes back at him. There it is again, that right hand counter. Saunders getting on his bike, but
Let go, Billy, let go. Work out of there, your hands are free.
he has really, as you said, he's slipped back to
all the way back, all the way back.
doing
all the way
just
back.
enough, or what he thinks is just enough. And he's been very good at that down the years, Saunders.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that his work rate at the moment is high enough to be absolutely ensuring this one.
Just doing enough.
Well,
In
is
the
he?
past.
Is he? Yeah, well, yeah, in the past, yes.
But Nick, against these top guys, the Canelos, the Triple Gs, you have to do more than...
There's no way Saul Alvarez is watching
Just
this and saying,
still-
I don't fancy
Yeah.
any part of Billy Joe Saunders, thank you very much.
No thanks. No, not going to be the case.
Time.
They Maybe
Got a
that's
little
part,
cut.
maybe that's part of the plan. Billy Joe wants Canelo, so he...
Been very busy. London, lovely, crisp, straight right hands down the middle.
Dominic Ingle has told Billy Joe Saunders he's got to come out and win the last 4 rounds. Let's see if there is more of a sense of urgency in the man from Hatfield. That's 20 or so miles to the north of London. Now, this is the part of the fight where, if there has been an acclimatization issue, and that he did come in a little bit too late, this is where those legs are going to feel very, very heavy.
Yeah, a little bit laden, yeah. Well, it's almost championship rounds. Still, Billy Joe Saunders not busy enough with his hands for me.
Stop, stop. Take a step back. Those balls. Both of you, all the way back.
In my opinion, he should be shooting the jab continuously. When those counter punches from Caceres do come back, Billy Joe Saunders should be responding to those also. So basically countering Caceres' counters every time.
Very happy to make Caceres miss here in this 9th round. And still being very, very economical with his own work.
Let go of his arm, Billy.
Nice little shot inside there from Caceres. And got caught with that right hand again. Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, again. It's been there all night for him.
Yeah, sure has. He's very rarely missed with a straight right hand.
No, get out. Stop.
A good 1-2 as well. Caceres having a lot of success again, like in this round.
Come on, work, guys. Stop. Take a step back, both of you. All the way.
Tough and left hook round the ear.
There's a lot of close rounds in this fight.
There is very, very close yet.
A lot.
Get off his head, Billy.
And this will be down to what you like.
Saunders looking to try and
Put the
turn
foot
on the
gas a
style
little
here.
bit. Yeah. Like to see a little bit more of that from Billy Joe Saunders.
Red mano. Stop. Take a step back. Those balls, all the way.
But we're going to get down to the last 3 rounds. And Marcelo Caceres, the unheralded underdog from Argentina, has given himself a chance here, depending on what the judges like and what they're seeing. This has not been a dominant performance from Billy Joe Saunders at all. He has not oozed class and confidence. And really from the 3rd round onwards, I think he's really struggled to impose himself for me.
He really has.
You can, come on, 10th round, huh? 10th round, win a pelea. Awesome fight, guys. Win a pelea.
Round 10 then. Billy Joe Saunders in the red, white and blue, making heavy weather of this first defense of his WBO super middleweight title.
Just taking too many counter punches for me, Nick. And they're not big shots, they're not heavy. Or Billy Joe Saunders, not once has he been hurt in this fight.
Well, remember Billy Joe was supposed to box Demetrius Andrade a year ago, just over a year ago, in Massachusetts. That fight fell through when the strange sample came back from Saunders. And Demetrius Andrade is watching this fight and is letting his feelings be known via social media that he's not hugely impressed with Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
I don't think you are either, Alex.
Well, not tonight, but certainly a very impressive fighter when he's at his best.
Dominic Ingle is getting increasingly animated in the
He really
corner.
is, and he's asking Billy Joe Saunders to take it to Caceres.
That is not like Dominic Ingle.
No.
I think he's recognised that this might be hanging out there at the moment.
Stop. Step back, no punches, all the way up.
Midway point of this 10th round.
Go, Billy. Come on, put your hands out.
Caceres continues to look fresh and full of running. No real bite behind his punches. I don't think he can't make any kind of a dent in Saunders. But Saunders is just not staying busy enough, and you can hear what the crowd feel about it. This is not the US debut that Billy Joe Saunders was looking to hang out there tonight.
Don't hold, Billy.
Trying to step it up here a little bit now, Saunders. A little bit better from him, but I think he looks fine. I think he's lacking his usual sharpness here, Saunders.
Yeah, maybe the travelling and everything else has caught up with him a little bit.
Nah, don't hold. Work, gentlemen.
They do have a heavy slate of responsibilities in fight week, but that's nothing new for Billy Joe Saunders. He should be used to that.
Yeah.
Caceres, if anything, that might have been overwhelmed by it. You can't put that up there as an excuse. Caceres doesn't need to be doing all this. Caceres just needs to stay busy here like that.
Yeah. Effective punching.
I mean, it's a little burst like that, a little combination that might just do enough to pinch around, you know. This is another tough one to score.
You're going to stop at the bell, gentlemen.
Very tough to score. Very, very tough to score. Good finish from Caceres.
I tell you what, if you judge a fight on the lot, uncharted territory this for Caceres. The Argentinian has never had a scheduled 12-rounder. He's done the 10-round distance on several occasions. But Marcelo Caceres now venturing into the unknown, the championship rounds against Billy Joe Saunders. Can the man from South America continue to catch the eye here, catch the judges' eyes? So many of these rounds have been so close that they can be classified as what you like rounds.
Yes. Better.
Oh, caught him. Lovely little sharp left hook. That's a big difference maker, and it's really affected Caceres. Suddenly the wheels have come off. Look at this. Is he going to beat the count? Only just. The timing on that left hook was perfect.
Yep.
He doesn't look sharp at all at the moment. Caceres, can he get himself back together here? Saunders, out of nowhere in the 11th round, has suddenly made a big, big move. Can he finish the job here? Can Caceres respond? Out of nothing, that little left hand.
Work, gentlemen. Work, Billy.
Gets him again there, doubling it up. Caceres in trouble on the ropes. Saunders looking for the finish here.
Looking for the room neck to get the big shots off.
And then the response comes back, but Saunders looking really strong and dangerous with that left hand. And then the right uppercut comes in and just takes him down again.
What a shot.
Oh, that was a beauty. And he didn't see it coming. Had so many lefts coming at him that wide right uppercut has taken him down for the second time, and there's still over a minute to go here in the 11th round. Saunders gets sent back by Ray Corona into the neutral corner, but he's moving in for the finish here. The Englishman on the brink. The Argentinian on the brink of defeat. Run down it goes again. All resistance has gone.
Yeah.
And that is all over. Wow.
Well, that's how a champion pulls
That's
out
what
when
you
it's
do.
not going well.